In this video presentation, we will be exploring the current education system in Mozambique and how national and global help will improve the standards of education so all children have better opportunities of life in Mozambique. Three key points we will be learning and exploring about today are the current education system practiced in Mozambique, current issues and drawbacks in the country limiting national access to education, and proposed plans and organisation goals to improve the quality and accessibility of education in Mozambique. First off, we will look into the background of the country of Mozambique. The country of Mozambique is located in the southeast of Africa with the current population of 31.1 million people, and it also has a 53 to 47% male to female ratio. 52% of the Mozambique population are made up of people under the age of 17, and it is also a poverty-stricken country which ranks at 165 out of 169 countries in poverty in terms of life expectancy and development. Mozambique joined the British Commonwealth in 1995 and is the only country to not have previously been part of the British Empire. It is the only country to have a modern weapon, an AK-47 rifle on their national flag, which represents defence and vigilance of the country. As well as this, an open book has been added to the flag to represent the importance of education to their country. Mozambique's current education plan is that the government offers 5 tiers of education for all citizens of the country, which starts from nursery and early years provision to undergraduate studies in university. Primary school education in Mozambique became free and compulsory for all children in 2004, causing a large increase in enrolled students from 3.69 million in 2004 to 6.7 million children in 2014, which was last recorded. Constructions of primary classrooms are going up by 1,450 classrooms per year, creating more teaching vacancies within the country. However, the teacher to children ratio in primary schools is still at a high of 1 to 63. The current crisis and concerns in Mozambique as a nation are affecting the accessibility and interest of education to children. 80% of Mozambique citizens are interested and have a trade in the farming and agricultural industry. However, there is only 5% of arable land to work with in Mozambique, which leaves workers not being able to make a sustainable living, and most of these families will live in poverty. In March 2019, a tropical cyclone caused high volumes of damage to the country of Mozambique and it infected over hundreds of thousands of civilians with cholera. It has now been reported over 1,000 people have died from the cyclone, and many children have been left orphaned, which means they are now having to drop out of school to look after their younger siblings. Only 47% of children who enrol into the primary school system actually finish the full school education experience. The high percentage in dropouts are due to distance travelling to the school, having to support their families, even more so due to the tropical cyclone, and even H and AIDS caused illnesses. Half of primary school dropouts are girls who leave school at a young age due to the cultural and social norms of having early marriages and starting families as young as 12. And there are also only 82 secondary schools in the whole of Mozambique, making it harder for children to access. This results in more children choosing to work over an education, and they drop out at the age of 14. So how will the world help globally and nationally with the increase and maintainment of children attending school in Mozambique? The United Nations has created 17 sustainable goals that the world should and will strive to achieve by 2030 for a better world. The 4 most important in terms of education for the children in Mozambique are no poverty, good health and well-being, quality education, and decent work and economic growth. Number 1, no poverty. By 2030, they will eradicate extreme poverty for all people everywhere, which is currently measured as people living on less than $1.25 a day. And they will also ensure that all men and women, in particular the poor and vulnerable, have equal rights to economic resources, as well as access to basic services, ownership and control over their land. Number 3, good health and well-being. By 2030, they ensure that universal access to sexual reproductive healthcare services are available for everyone, including family planning, information and education. They'll also achieve universal health coverage, including financial risk protection, access to quality essential healthcare services, and access to safe, effective, quality and affordable essential medicines and vaccines for all. Number 4, quality education. By 2030, they ensure that all girls and boys complete free, equitable, quality primary school education. and they ensure that all girls and boys have access to quality early childhood development, care and pre-primary education so they are ready for primary education. And they also ensure that all their youth and a substantial amount of adults, both men and women, achieve literacy and numeracy skills. By 2030, in decent work and economic growth, they ensure that they will achieve full and productive employment and decent work for all men and women, including young people and people with disabilities, and equal pay for work for equal value. And they will ensure to take immediate and effective measures to eradicate forced labour, end modern slavery and human trafficking, and to secure the elimination of worse forms of child labour, including recruitment and use of child soldiers. And by 2025, they will end child labour in all its forms. Alongside the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Goals, the United Nations Children's Fund, known as UNICEF, firstly created the Child Friendly Schools Programme, which is a framework of rights-based schooling in both schools and education systems to be followed and practiced around the world. The Child Friendly Schools Framework outlines 13 key principles all participants must follow in order for all children to access a good quality education globally. These include: reflects and realises the rights of every child, sees and understands the whole child in a broad context, is child-centred, is gender sensitive and girl friendly, promotes quality learning outcomes, provides education based on the reality of children's lives, is flexible and responds to diversity, acts to ensure inclusion, respect and equality of opportunity for all children, promotes mental and physical health, provides education that is affordable and accessible, enhances teacher capacity, morale and commitment status, it is family focused and it is community. So in Mozambique, the Child Friendly Schools Programme was first introduced in 2007, and over the 12 years that it has been running, 500,000 children in 800 schools have been touched by the programme. Not only does the Child Friendly Schools Programme help children gain a good quality education, it ensures that children are having their basic human rights met. So extra support with their health, sanitation materials such as soap, clean water and clean clothing are also provided to ensure that all children stay healthy so they can keep attending the school day. In 2012, the Child Friendly Schools Programme within Mozambique was reviewed, and they noticed a significant reduction in children dropping out of school, and the quality of teacher training has been improved and the delivery of service is also improved. However, there are more improvements that need to be made for all primary and secondary schools in Mozambique under the programme. These include improving learning outcomes, piloting new school quality standards, new national teacher training programmes, and also building new schools around the country to ensure all children can get there. Overall, the destined future of the education system in Mozambique is all dependent on the combination of the dedication to the Child Friendly Schools Programme, the goals laid out by the United Nations, and also the determination of the Mozambique government to ensure that the quality and accessibility to education in Mozambique should soar and increase so all children can attend, learn the benefits of getting a good quality education compared to dropping out to work full time, and also provides all teachers the required training to deliver this.